Now,
I'm an okay grandfather.
every time that me and Chuck bring family to the show, Stu harasses them, trying to get some interesting or embarrassing stories. So, can you tell us something about Stu Gallagher that he would not want us to know?
That we don't already.
From his childhood. Yeah, I know you gotta think way back to his childhood.
Well, he is pretty old. I don't know.
Keep in mind, yesterday he caught a bee in a Tupperware container to show us instead of.
He is a whiner. I mean,
Oh,
he's always. You guys already know that.
yeah. Was he always like as whiny? I guess the word is. Did he always have a temper?
Yeah.
I never hit you. I never get mad at you, did I? Ever?
Let's go back to that high school story.
Oh, I want to hear a high school story.
Not the high school story.
I didn't know you went to high school.
I'm only 3 years old.
I can only imagine how everyone at home is on the edge of their seat right now. They've been waiting for something like this.
Okay, so now we have to go back to the era where these boots were made for walking. Kind of story.
Okay.
And I'm 3 or 4 years old, dancing on the bed to the little radio, transistor radio, AM radio, on the bed at early in the morning, and Stu bursts into the room and scares the shit out of me and tells me to turn the goddamn music off. He's always been that ogre since. He's just this mean man.
Is that the meanest thing he's ever done to you?
I don't think so.
I don't remember that incident. I deny it. He might be making that up, guys. You know what I'm like?
Man.
He's even worse for making up stories. I'm telling you, man.
When Stu was
he's
younger,
entertaining.
what kind of girls did he like to date?
When Stu was younger and the girls he wanted to date, or liked to date, what he did was he would marry them, and then they would all leave him.
I have no luck with women.
Well, that's an interesting
I'm not
point.
sure
Al.
exactly, yeah.
We're only aware of 2 previous marriages. Are there others he hasn't told us about?
There's probably a couple, yeah.
Stu's first wife, the one that I think that he actually loved, she was hot, man. We saw a picture of them together.
Does Al remember her name?
Attractive couple.
Which one is it?
Number 1. Do you remember her name?
No, you know who I met once?
You remember Adele? Remember Adele?
Well, yeah. But
Were there others?
You know the one that probably he let get away that he shouldn't have? Was Burl.
Burl. I wrote a song about her.
I saw Burl. I was working at a restaurant outside of in Aulac called it was called the House of Hay. It's no longer called the House of Hay. It's called that's a German name now. But I was working in the kitchen. I looked out the window and I'm like, that's freaking Burl out there, right? So I walked out and had a chat with her, and I'm like, she's living in Vancouver, had the high life with this nice man, and I went, that's the problem.
Still hurts on
That's
here
the
with
problem.
that.
Stu's not this nice man, right?
What happened with Burl?
She was my girlfriend in college. We lived together like 5 years, and then, after college, it sort of, you know what happens. We went our separate ways. That's fine.
I never
She
dated.
was nice. She was really nice. Though.
I never dated in college. I just fucked in college.
Amen, brother.
You went to college for 1 year, though.
1.5.
Wise man.
You've never had a real girlfriend, Chuck. Now you do.
I've had a couple.
Have you?
Yeah.
Like committed, like.
Well, they were important.
You won't suck anyone else's dead way?
Yeah. Let's talk about Stu right now.
See how I cleverly turned the conversation?
How many times has Stu been married?
2 that we know of. He has no kids because he is.
I have no wiener.
He's married to that mustache.
What did you say? I'm married to my mustache.
Stu might have been married to some people of important status that the global governments have covered up. So So that, I mean, so we don't know. He could have been
Well, that's
married
why
to
he's always
Barbara
wearing
Bush.
That's
Or
why he's
he
always
went down on
wearing
Ronald
those shades,
Reagan's
right?
wife.
That's why we have the Official Secrets Act. You know, there's an act that protects people like me.
The historical records from those pre-Mesozoic eras are like lost. Archaeologists are searching for them, but
Don't you laugh at Graham.
I'm really thinking that he must be dyeing his hair too, because I mean, that hair he's so old he has to be gray.
Wait, I have
He's
white
got
hair
some
here.
gray
Here,
right
I
there.
have some white hair up on that top
You know
of
who
my
figured
head.
it out?
Somewhere.
Get it closer. Can you see the white?
For all this time, we were like, oh, that's Stu hair, just don't get gray. But my stepdad's an inspector, and he's like, so Stu, where do you get your hair dye from?
Exactly, right? We're not sure,
Shepherd's
right?
Drug Mart, man.
Al, I told these guys the other last week I was at the doctor. The doctor thought she had the wrong file. She looked at me and thought I couldn't be the 60-year-old guy, right? But if you're listening in the audio, I'm not really 60. We're just kidding about that. 29. It's all a big joke about me being old.
You hear Kathy laughing in the background. Could you laugh some more, dear?
So Al, is there any time when Stu was growing up that he got into like deep trouble? Like I'm talking like real shit. Like he
Trashed somebody's car, or had the police on
or
him.
was he a good little boy?
I think his mind is warped because he used to siphon gas out of people's cars.
Oh wow.
So he's been sucking on gas for a long time.
It's a good way to get high.
Stu likes to suck.
Or maybe that's his own gas that he's been sucking on. I don't know.
I'm glad you don't remember the RCMP coming to my place. I'm glad you were too young to remember this.
Tell us the story.
Stu, let's all learn.
Well, I'd like to tell you about that, but I want to let you know what happened when we were living in Germany. Al was outside, and a police car went by, a German Polizei car, and he threw a sod of dirt at it, and the Polizei stopped and made a big fucking commotion about it. I mean, and Mum and the neighbors upstairs had to come down and protect him, and he was like, "You were old enough to know better. You were 2." So he's the real criminal element in the family.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's pretty hard to find some dirt about us.
Well, I mean, none of this was cataloged. I mean, you didn't get charged with a serious crime. You didn't get thrown
You never got
the
caught.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah. So Al, is Stu your favorite brother?
Now that's a tough question.
Oh wow, really?
Tim's
You've got
not
a lot
even-
of brothers.
Tim's
You've got
not
more
even-
than Stu.
Tim's not even in the room, you know.
Oh
And,
yeah.
Good. We can
Stu?
talk about him.
Let's talk about Tim.
Wait till you hear about Tim. Wait till you meet this character.
You're the oldest, right?
No, we have an older brother
An older brother?
And an older sister.
and an older sister.
So you're
Hi,
stuck
Nancy.
in the middle. No wonder you're
Stuck in the fucking. That's why I'm a comic, right? You know, that middle child. Nobody pays attention to you, so you gotta be funny to get fucking attention.
What?
So who's the middle child?
Hilarious. The middle
We
child?
had a military girl growing up, so it was kind of a crazy scenario, right? You know, like brush cuts growing up and your kids. And
Yeah.
You're not really part of society until you get out of the army.
That's why me and
Sorry,
Al don't
Nancy,
want
sorry,
anyone
Al.
to- That's why we don't want people to tell us what to do. Feedback!
It's like,
Feedback!
Because it's not one directional.
Now, Dave and Chuck, you should know Al's nickname when he was a kid was Chip.
Oh.
Because he had a chip on his shoulder. You think, I don't want
Shut
anyone to tell
up.
me what to do. Oh,
Oh, why?
you see?
Oh, wow.
I rest my case.
Wait, how did he explain more, Stu?
Well, he's like we grew up in a military environment where people are
Yeah.
giving you orders all the time. Our dad was
Don't
like
tell me
always a
what to
sergeant.
do.
Always orders.
That's what
around.
Stu said all the time. Don't you fucking tell me what to do,
Yeah,
man.
don't tell me what to talk about.
He
Yeah,
got that
that's-
from Chip.
I get
Oh,
that
yeah.
from Al. Al taught me how to say what
Oh,
to say.
yeah.
Al does it a little differently. I think he says like, "Fuck off, I'll do what I want."
Pretty much.
Yeah, rather
Yeah.
than you can't tell me what to do. Which is
Yeah.
I like the wording of "fuck off, I'll do what I want"
Yeah.
more than you can't tell me what to do, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a play
And
on words.
we're going to take a music break and be back with more Al and Stu